Good afternoon, coaches. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics. We are a new startup company based in Austin, Texas, and we are focused on creating a platform to help student athletes connect with other student athletes as they build up their network. We're here to help student athletes connect with college coaches during the recruiting process. And then more importantly, we're here to help create a platform to help student athletes transition successfully from high school to college and then either into the pro game or into a career in their major. We have got another exciting, fast rising prospect in the class of 22. He's also from right here in the Austin area over at Lake Travis, goes to Lake Travis High School. He's an athlete that can play multiple positions. He's got good size, he's got a great GPA. He's academic all district. Derrick, DJ Johnson. DJ, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Coach. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for taking your time to come out and tell your story in your own words. Obviously, we're in some really crazy times now with COVID-19. There's been no camps and combines and stuff. Tell these coaches what you're doing to stay in shape as we get ready for the fall season.
I'm just working out, and I'm also learning the game, getting a better understanding, watching film, just looking at ways I could get better, and also while working out.
Okay. Are you doing anything specific? So let's talk about, when you work out, you're working on speed, strength, quickness, and some position specific stuff. How are you trying? Are you doing a good job of getting all that in or no?
Yes, I would say so. At Lake Travis, the field is open. And so that's just a good opportunity for me to go there, get good position drills, and also work on speed as well.
Great. Well, right now your profile is showing you a 6', 186 with a GPA of 3.6. Are you still that height, or have you grown a little bit since last fall?
I believe I've grown about a little bit since last fall.
What do you think you are right now about height and weight wise?
I'd say around 6'1.5" and probably 190. Yeah, about 190 pounds.
Excellent. Okay. Well, DJ, let's jump in and watch your highlight video. Obviously, you were a freshman last year. Walk us through some of these great plays. I've seen this video many times, but for those coaches that maybe have not seen it, talk us through some of these plays that you're about to make here. Let me bring it up for you. And go.
This first clip is against Hayes, and they're mainly a run team. And so we change our defense, and as you see, I get off the block and make the tackle. They like to load the box and have a lot of blockers in there, so it's all about just using your hands to get off the blocks. And there's another good demonstration of that. This is against North Shore. D-line got good pressure, made the quarterback scramble, and I just finished the play.
It's good upfield tackle and a good player.
This is also against North Shore, a little play action. Just filling my gap, staying low and driving my feet.
Hey, DJ, tell us, we went from watching Hayes, and nothing against Hayes, they're a solid program, but as you know, North Shore's got some elite athletes. Talk to me about the change in speed of playing at North Shore in the playoffs like that.
They're really they're just a great team, like fundamentally and athletically. So you just gotta make sure your angles are good, because one bad angle against a fast guy and he's gone. And so it just kind of changes how you think of plays and not trying to like undercut stuff and just playing fundamentally. This is against Judson.
So DJ, let me ask you, after watching that play, do you prefer, you can play in space, you're almost like a hybrid. You can play a little safety, outside linebacker, DN. Which do you prefer?
I prefer like a safety look.
Okay.
I like being able to cover, but also being able to come downhill and make an open field tackle if I have to. That's definitely a safety.
Are you comfortable in space? Can you play in zone? Can you walk up and play man against the number 2 receiver also?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is against Madison, San Antonio Madison.
Come downhill, make a play. I like it. DJ, tell me about, as a former linebacker myself, tell me the importance of being able to take on and get off blocks before you can make tackles.
Um, it's really important actually. It's just the running back likes to run behind his blockers, and so if you don't use your hands to get off of them, it's just they're just gonna get onto you, and then it just opens a hole. And so usually, if you want to make a tackle on the running back, you have to use your hands off the big lineman to get off the big lineman and be able to have a chance at making the tackle on the running back.
DJ, I love to make this the last play here. One of the things I loved about your video is the fact that you come downhill, but you're patient and you don't get out of position, and you're a great kind of open field tackler. Talk to me about how you have mastered that at such a young age.
So basically, and it's gotten better throughout high school. My coaches, we've worked on multiple drills and spent lots of time just working on the like footwork and like where to look and tracking the inside hip, and it just allowed it to become easier, and it's transferred over to the game, and just all the practice time we spent and just learning it and getting better at it. It's helped a lot.
Okay. Let's change gears here and let's talk about academics. Obviously, very important as you're a student athlete first. You got the great 3.6 GPA. Tell us about the importance you put on your academics.
My family has always made academics important. Uh, you know, I've always studied and got the best grades possible, and after football, that's really what it comes down to is your knowledge, and that's an important aspect that my parents have forced on me, and so that's why I've always made it a top priority to get good grades.
Tell me, what are some of your favorite subjects that drive your 3.6 GPA? Are you a math guy, science, English, what?
I would say I'm a math guy. I love working with numbers and data and stuff like that.
Okay. And then let's fast forward here. Next couple of years, you'll be going to college. Do you have an idea what you'll major in at the college level?
Um, I have somewhat of an idea. I'm looking to major maybe finance
Okay.
or yeah.
You want to be a numbers guy? You want to be a Wall Street guy? I mean, what do you want to do with the numbers?
I want to be able to like a Wall Street type of guy, like work on stock and that sort of thing.
Okay. Let me fast way forward here. Life after football. What do you want to use football to do in your career once the game is over for you?
I'd like to use football to after football's over. I'd like to go into like a math thing, and I use football to like football is about a game of numbers, and so like it helps whenever you're in the real world, and also
Mhm.
like the competitiveness of football. It'll help me compete for jobs and things like that.
Do you foresee yourself working for a Fortune 500 company, or maybe starting your own business? Are you an entrepreneur, or you mind working for a big company?
I think I prefer working for a big company and just
Okay,
working my way up.
okay, nothing wrong with that. I like it. Let's switch gears here. So going into this fall, you're a young guy, you've been playing varsity now. Tell me what you think your strengths are, and tell me about some of the weaknesses you're working on for this fall season.
I'd say a few of my strengths are coming downhill, making open field tackles, and also using my hands to get off blocks. And a few things I'd like to work on is my man coverage. Um, just being better in coverage, and I'd also like to work on like finishing plays, because sometimes people will be standing up, and you have an opportunity to go in and possibly helping on the tackle. I'd like to improve on that.
Well, you're almost kind of like the old term, an Army Swiss knife. You can do a lot of things at Lake Travis defense. What position do you see yourself playing at the college level?
I see myself playing as a free safety at
Okay.
college level.
All right. Good to know. Okay. Tell me a little bit about what do you think? There's a lot of good players in your position in the class 22. Tell me how you differentiate yourself from some of those other DBs in the class 22.
I think a big part is my academics. I think a lot of people kind of underplay that, and I think a lot of colleges would like a guy who has good grades and stays on top of his academics. And also another thing is, I would say just my ability to tackle. I think I'm a pretty good tackler, so I think that would help differentiate from the other top guys in our class.
I like it. Well, you've got good size. Let me just ask you, when you graduate from Lake Travis, what do you think your height and weight will be?
I'm looking to be around 6'1", about 200.
Okay. And then just real quick to your parents, your mom and dad, do they have height? Is there height and size in your family, or where do you think that's coming from?
I think it's coming from my grandparents. Both they're pretty tall, and so but my parents aren't super tall. But I think my height comes from my grandparents.
Okay. All right. I like that. Tell me a little bit. So obviously, you're in the middle of recruiting right now. Tell me who you're hearing from, who you want to hear from, and just tell me about your experience so far during the recruiting process.
It's been good. I've heard from Northwestern. I've been talking to that coach a little bit. I've talked to Penn State a little bit, and a few schools I'd like to hear from are OU, LSU, and Alabama, some top schools. And yeah, those are. I've been talking to Northwestern and Penn State the
Okay.
most.
So that leads to the next question. What are you looking for from these schools? When you make your decision, is it going to be based on distance from home, scheme, culture, family environment? What are some of the things that are going to help you make that decision?
I'm looking at family culture. I like schools that will like bring you in, have a nice culture that you can follow, and things like that. Distance isn't really that big of a factor in my decision right now.
Are you a native Texan, or are you guys from somewhere else?
I'm from Texas.
Okay, all right, that's good to know. Okay. Um, College coaches are obviously very particular about understanding how a player's relationship is with their high school coaches. Tell us about your relationship with your position coach and your head coach, Coach Carter.
I have a great relationship with them. Watch them film every day, and we've just built a good trust, and that's good because it allows me to learn lots from him, and I think it's helped my knowledge overall of football like increase tons.
Mm-hmm. And then tell me your relationship with Coach Carter. Obviously, I know Hank for a long time. You guys have a lot of success there. As I talk with other players on your team, there is pressure. People think, oh, Lake Travis, they win all the time, but there's a pressure to continue to be on that team that keeps them winning. Tell us about your relationship with Coach Carter and how he keeps that program hungry to win every year.
Coach Card does a great job of just showing us like what the past teams, the past successful teams that won state championships, what they've done. He helps direct us in the direction that they were in, and he just shows us. Really, he lays down the foundation for us to follow, and it's really he just puts it on us to follow it. So it just makes it that much easier. Just
Tell me a couple people outside of your family and your coaches. Tell me some people who are having a major influence in your life right now, positive impact in your life.
A lot of my friends, I'd say, also my a few of my teachers actually have had an impact on me.
Okay.
And
I meant to ask you earlier with the 3.6 GPA and you loving math and numbers. Is there a certain teacher, counselor, advisor at Lake Travis you want to shout out right now?
shout out Mr. Jaquez.
What does he teach? What does he do?
He teaches Algebra 2, pre-AP.
Okay. All right. And he makes it fun for you, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Tell me this. What do you talk about what you want to major in early, but let's talk about life after football. We talked about you maybe working for a large company, but tell me from a community standpoint, what are you doing to give back to Lake Travis community?
So I work for this little local organization called My Player to Player, and basically we just host camps for all the little kids in Lakeway, and we just help them, just teach them what we're learning at the high school level, just fundamentals and stuff, and we just bring it down to them, and so give them a good understanding of what we do, and teach them. So hopefully whenever they get to high school, they already know pretty much all the basics.
That's awesome. That's great. Tell me, somebody's going to see you play for the first time this fall. Who do you pattern your game after? Who is somebody that you say, hey, that kid reminds me of who? What
I'd say Jamal Adams.
Okay.
Uh,
And what about Jamal Adams' game are you trying to pattern yours off of?
his range. So like as a safety, the way he's able to like play on both sides of the field, all across the field. There's not a pass that you can't get to. I'd like to model my game after that.
Smart. It's a good role model. Tell me a little bit about, college coaches know you know this already. Overcoming adversity is a big part of being a successful student athlete. Tell me about a time, either personally or dealing with football or sports, where you had to overcome some type of adversity.
I would say coming back after that in my freshman year, after we lost to North Shore pretty bad, that was a tough loss, and it put a lot of people down, especially the seniors, because I don't think anyone was expecting us to lose like that. And so our team as a whole just fought back, including myself. We just worked harder and and just got stronger and faster and all that, and just fought through that adversity of maybe people who weren't as encouraged to play after that loss. But yeah.
Okay. Tell me, DJ, when did you start playing football? And then tell me why you love playing football.
I started playing football around the age of 5, and I love playing football for the enjoyment of like just making the big plays, and just like the adrenaline you get from tackling people and scoring a touchdown, making a big play. Like I just love that feeling that you get.
What other positions did you play in your youth days?
I was a running back and linebacker.
Okay. All right. Give me an idea. Let's go kind of outside of football. What are some of your interests when you're not working out or playing football? Do you like to hunt, fish, be out on the lake? What do you like doing in your spare time?
In my spare time, I like to hang out with friends, maybe play some basketball, just mess around with them, maybe ride bikes or something like that.
Okay.
That's usually what I do in my free time.
Well, you're obviously a good athlete with good size. Have you played any other sports at Lake Travis? Are you a baseball, basketball, track guy? What else? Lacrosse, soccer? What else are you doing away from football?
I like to do track.
And what events?
I do the 100, 4x100, long jump, and triple jump.
Tell me in your own words, because college coaches are always talking about how they love football players that also compete in track. Tell me how track makes you a better football player.
Just the aspect of speed. Speed always translates to football, and track is just a good way to help you get faster. And you definitely you'll notice if you've gone faster on the football field for sure.
Okay. Getting back to you kind of more personally, we're dealing with this COVID-19 environment. We're all killing a lot of time, watching a lot of Netflix and stuff. What are you doing? Are you like playing video games, or what are some of your favorite video games you're playing?
I've been playing NBA 2K20 a lot, and along with Madden.
Okay. And then as far as on your phone, what are some of your favorite apps you're using? Are you a TikTok guy, Instagram, Twitter, Snap? What do you spend a lot of time with?
I go on YouTube a lot, just
Okay.
looking up highlights and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And then tell me, when we get on the backside of this virus and you're able to get back outside, hanging out with your friends, maybe your girlfriend, what's your shoe game looking like? Are you a big shoe guy?
I am actually. I like to rock. I like to rock some Jordans, some Vans, pretty much anything that is mainstream now. Yeezys.
Okay, so your shoe game is pretty strong then.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's fast forward to the fall here. It's pregame before, I'll just say, the Westlake game. What kind of music are you listening to? What artists do you listen to pregame to get you hyped for a game?
I like to listen to Migos, Travis Scott, and probably Kanye West. That's definitely probably my top 3.
Okay. Are you one of those guys pregame, you like to get hype and bang your head up against the locker? Are you one of those guys kind of quiet, let me think about my responsibilities and what I got to do in the game? Which player are you?
I'm definitely a quiet guy. I just like to go through scenarios that can happen. Just make sure I'm up to date on all the film and everything and my assignments and stuff like that.
Okay. Um, let's talk about learning styles. One thing college coaches always want to ask is what is your favorite learning style? Are you a verbal guy, a visual guy, or a kinetic guy? Are you more physical in your learning style?
I'd say I'm definitely a more visual guy.
Okay.
I'd like to see someone do it, and then I can learn a lot from visualizing, seeing someone else do it, and just take what they did and apply it to myself.
Okay. DJ, you're going into your junior year. Tell me how you define leadership and how you plan to show leadership going into your junior season.
I think leadership is, staying on top of guys, staying on top of teammates, and also providing a good example for teammates to follow. And I think throughout this coming year, I'm just trying to try setting a pathway for my teammates to follow, so they can learn and become the best player they can be.
Okay. What are you doing? You have a lot of great players in front of you, Garrett Wilson and a whole list of guys in front of you. What are you doing to give back to those freshmen and sophomores that are starting to get ready to try and compete at the varsity level?
I'm just going out to them and asking if they need anything, and maybe asking them a few questions during film, just to see if they're staying on top of it, and just giving them some pointers and stuff that the older guys have given me that have really helped improve my game.
That's great. Tell me one thing that you know now that you wish you had known as a freshman to help those kids out. Is there anything that sticks out?
I would say using your hands more. As a freshman, I used them, but I didn't really understand the importance of that. But after my sophomore season, I think I realized it's a big part of the game.
Okay, that's great. I like that. Simple question, kind of for fun. Who's your favorite actor or actress?
Um, I would say my favorite actor is probably The Rock. The
I'm
Rock.
with you on that, by the way.
Okay.
And what is your favorite Rock movie?
Um, I'd probably say the one with him and Kevin Hart. I think it's called
Central Intelligence.
Intelligence. Yes.
Great. Um, draft scenario. 4 years from now, you're in New York City. Who's at your table waiting for your name to be called by the commissioner?
I would say for sure my mom, my dad, my brother, my grandma, and probably my aunt.
Okay. And then lastly here, we talked about sacrifice. Every player knows in order to be successful in football, you have to give up some things, hang out with your friends. What have you personally sacrificed to be the best student athlete you can be?
I've sacrificed, just hanging out with my friends a lot. Instead of going messing around with them, I'm studying for assignments and just watching film, and that's definitely been like the biggest sacrifice I've had to make throughout my high school career
Yeah.
so far.
And I'm sure you've heard from Coach Carter and the staff there about being coachable. How or what would you tell these college coaches about how you are coachable as an athlete?
I'd say I learn. It doesn't take that long for me to learn things. I'm a quick learner, and if I'm not able to do something right away, I'll keep working on it, and I'll eventually get to where I need to be.
Okay. You're going into your junior year here, we're kind of expecting a breakout season. Talk to me about some of your individual goals from a stat perspective, and then what are the team goals for Lake Travis going into this fall?
Some individual goals I have are being a district MVP, defensive MVP,
Okay.
and also leading the team in tackles. I think that'd be a big goal of mine. And then some goals for the team is number one, winning a state championship.
Yeah.
And then also beating Westlake. I'd say that's definitely a big goal of our team every year.
DJ, being here from Austin and following the program for many years, talk about from your experience the pressure of being at Lake Travis. People think, oh, Lake Travis and Westlake, well, they just win every year, but they don't understand the sacrifice you go in. Just kind of outline just the pressure you guys have of being that team that's going to continue that winning tradition at Lake Travis and in Lakeway?
We always know we're going to get teams best, because everyone wants to dethrone the top team. And so I always know going into games, we're never going to, it's never going to be easy, just being who we are. And so I just know you have to work every day and just get better, because other teams are they're preparing a lot for you.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. Well, as we finish up here, and I appreciate your time, we talked about the elevator pitch earlier. Tell these college coaches in 30 seconds why they should recruit DJ Johnson.
I think they should recruit myself, because I'm a quick learner. I'm a good football player, but also I take academics very importantly, and I'm always studying, watching film, just looking at ways I can get better, and I'm also teaching others. If I'm here to help anyone, if other guys need help learning things, I can help them, and yeah, I'd say those are the big things I offer.
Okay. Last question I always ask players when I'm coaching in college is this: why do you think your game translates to the college level?
I think it translates to the college level because, college is all about speed and just tackling and using fundamentals. And I think I have all three of those. I perform at a high level with all three of those. And I think, my speed will really definitely translate to the college field. And yeah, it'll help improve my game up there a lot.
Great. Well, DJ, man, I want to thank you for your time. I definitely look forward to seeing you on the sidelines this year and seeing you have another breakout year. If you need anything, please reach out to me. Tell the family I said hello, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.